Hey guys and girls, how are you all doing today? I am back, your boy Too Lazy for life. It's ReZero time for the last time, for season 1 anyways. Alright, we're on the last episode, the finale of season 1 of ReZero. Alright, episode 25. What an incredible journey it has been so far, these past 24 episodes. 25 technically if you count the double bill special of episode 1. Alright, the duration of which and the extended episodes that we've been blessed with throughout this entire season. It has been an absolute joy. Alright, ReZero. I was shocked to realize that I was about to go on another biblical history in the making masterpiece experience. All right, I've been recommended this show from what, I don't know, like halfway through 2021, yeah, until now. Like, people have been telling me to watch ReZero for a long time, but I've just been putting it off because I had all of these other shows that also needed to get done first, and I didn't think much of ReZero. What a big mistake that was. I'm so sorry. My apologies, ReZero, for having taken so long to finally get round to you. Okay, there are some shows that I've watched now so far, okay, that I wish would have taken the back seat for ReZero instead. ReZero has been an absolute insane roller coaster ride, alright? I haven't felt this impressed, this mind blown, this invested, this traumatized, that's another good word to add to the list, PTSD traumatized, than the time when I started watching Attack on Titan. Okay, this show, every episode has been blowing my mind. Okay, and the certain special episodes in this series so far from this season has indeed wowed the fuck out of me. All right, it's amazing. All right, the writing, the character development, the one of the things that this show does so well is character development. Okay, it does it probably in some of the best I've seen so far in all of the shows that I've watched ever since I started my YouTube channel. Character development in this show is straight up 10 out of 10. Okay, it's a masterclass in how you do character development, and also just the whole premise of it is just way more interesting than a certain blue boy that I've been shitting on now for the past half a year. All right, the OSTs, the visual. Well, I mean the visuals are, the Sakuga shots are amazing. All right, but generally the visuals are about generic. They're like your typical seasonal isekai generic levels of visuals, but I like it. I like the art. All right, I like the designs in it. I like the designs of the characters. But actually, to be honest, I would probably say the reason why I like it so much is because of its amazing character development. All right, the characters are just so relatable that you end up then, liking the visuals to go along with these characters. If these characters were as bland as the ones from a certain blue boy that we're never going to talk about ever again, I probably wouldn't give a shit, okay, what they look like, because I couldn't care less about any of them. But I'm so invested in every single one of these characters, no matter how odd and how plain they may look, just because everybody in this show is so fucking adorable and so relatable and just so down to earth. Okay, they're so raw, okay, compared to all of the other pretentious ass dick sucking motherfuckers that I've seen from other shows. So yeah, last episode. All right, so guys, enjoy it while you can. Well, I mean, we're gonna have more to come afterwards, but this will be the end of season 1. All right, so savor the moment while you can. Okay, Betelgeuse will be defeated once and for all. The final showdown between Subaru and his arch nemesis that caused him and Rem so much suffering. Oh, or Emilia? No, well, not really. Mainly Rem, so much suffering. Subaru wants his vengeance now. All right, so episode 25 now, guys. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Wow, drawing a fucking turd. That's so mature of you. Oh wait, you're a kid. That's still so mature of you, drawing the poop emoji. Yeah, you're starting to. He said no and left. Bye. Oh, that hat. Oh, these. To be honest, how are those hands even doing that? They must be fucking radioactive or some shit. Oh shit! Can't believe he didn't think of this before. You want to meet the witch so bad? Well, here you go. Oh! Oh shit! What? That's it. He's dead. Oh, wow, wow. We're only like 5 minutes into the episode. Oh, you got a fucking nuke sitting underneath your carriage. So this is the final thing to do in this season is to save Emilia from getting blown to bits. Is he not dead? Subaru, obviously. Wow. Sattler. More oil! Bring more wood and oil! Oh. You had some nerve to try and shoot them. Out in the open. What are these fucking cultists doing, man?
きだよ、エミリア。間に合え。
Oh, fuck's sake, man. This song gives me fucking PTSD. I'm not fucking joking. Oh, God. Every time it kicks in, man, it's like the first 10 minutes of Up. You're not dead, right? It's not only just the fact that the song is so good, but fucking when White Fox just puts it in like the best places for maximum critical damage. I'm debuffed again, alright? I'm now super susceptible and prone to fucking just gonna release the waterworks. God damn it! How many episodes in this fucking show is gonna make me cry, man? Are you having a laugh? Are you having a fucking laugh? Oh, this is so sad, man. Are you having a fucking laugh? It's like 7 episodes now of ReZero that I've just bawled my eyes out. I think Fate Zero only managed to get me to bawl my eyes out on 3. So we've reached a new champion, a new contender. ReZero. Now the top dog at making me bawl my... Well, actually, no, Attack on Titan also made me bawl my eyes out. But then again, Attack on Titan's like 90 episodes long. So you can't really count that, right? ReZero, 7 episodes in 24 episodes time. Like, that's incredible. That's like a third of the fucking season that's just made me fucking cry my eyes out. What is this? Violet Evergarden? Holy shit. I'm so PTSD traumatized now. It's not even funny. Oh, that ending was so good. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing, man. Well, I held it together for the most part, alright? I mean, I did leak out a couple of tears here and there towards the end. What a fitting way to end off the season. Still giving me PTSD and trying to just sap out every last drop of painful, salty tears out of my fucking eyes. Oh, what a way to end the fucking show, man. I'm speechless. Oh my god, that was absolutely freaking incredible. Okay, the last what, 5? Oh, wow, this episode was 27 minutes long. Damn. What a way to finish. Hats off. First off, I just want to say, just hats off to fucking Studio White Fox. They're like, they're definitely, right. I've only ever seen Steins Gate, right, from White Fox previously, but now after having just seen season 1 of ReZero, they are up there with KyoAni, Studio Wit, Ufotable, those guys, alright? I would say now, after having seen ReZero, like, White Fox is definitely one of the GOATs, okay, of anime industries, anime companies of all time, alright, when it comes to making anime. That was arguably one of the best fucking seasons of an anime I've ever seen, period. Okay, like, the last 10 minutes of this episode where Subaru turned round to Emilia holding that sack of firestones and said, "I love you." I mean, I think Subaru, that wasn't the first time Subaru confessed to Emilia, right? I'm pretty sure he's already said "I love you" to Emilia like several times previously. Either that or I'm hallucinating. Either that or I'm just like overthinking things. But from the top of my head, I think Emilia already knows Subaru likes her, right? But we'll get onto that later on in a bit towards the end there. I think Subaru has told Emilia before how he feels about her, but Emilia just plays it off as, it's a joke. He's just kidding around because of Emilia's like lack of self-worth. Yeah, so we'll talk about the self-worth stuff in a bit. But yeah, Subaru, when he said "I love you" and kicked in "Stay Alive," like I said, White Fox just knows how to pull off perfectly timed inserting songs into key moments for maximum critical effective damage on people's mental health and to invoke more traumatizing PTSD critical damage. Just when that song kicked in that moment, I thought if there was a song to kick in that moment, I thought it was gonna be Redo, right? The first opening, just to make the scene look epic and Subaru running off that sack of gems, and then gonna throw it in and make an explosion or something just to make it look all hype and epic and whatnot. But no, they kick in the "Stay Alive" song, which is it turns the scene into a completely different nature. Turns that scene into a completely different atmosphere when "Stay Alive" kicks in instead, because then it just gives off this impression that it was like Subaru's final farewell moment. All right, and obviously, like I said, the song and the lyrics are literally titled "Stay Alive" and everything to do about staying alive. Okay, which is usually like a very grim like foreshadowing and like it's like a grim setup, right, to Subaru's impending doom that's about to happen. And then just Emilia just looking back at him in sort of like a very regretful and sad expression that it's almost like Subaru is about to once again run off to his doom for Emilia's sake. And it's just that that whole fucking sappy ass relationship that Subaru has had with many of the cast so far in this show, that just knows how to tug on my fucking heartstrings, man. And then he lived. I mean, he lived at the end there. He lived, but it's still, the whole scene was just it was so well done. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very drawn out. It's just so well done, that last scene. And then the final bit where Subaru and Emilia were sharing their intimate moment there in the middle of that field, right on that hill, with the old grassy plains and the fucking sun high in the sky and all the Sakuga shots and all the fluorescent, luminescent rainbow solar flare, like what's it called? It's not solar flare, lens flare. That's it, lens flaring special effects and all the Sakuga shots of Subaru and Emilia there, and they're having their final little chit chat. What a way to end the fucking episode and to wrap up this 25 episode season of an adventure we've been on so far. That final talk was just, well, I mean, I guess it's too early for them to kiss. Would have been if they had done that, that would have been an absolute cherry on top. That last scene to wrap up this whole fucking epic, well-paced well written, just the amount of packed full of content and context and just everything about the production of so far of ReZero up until that point, and you're gonna cap off the season like that. You know how like the one thing I find it very hard to come across with shows that end seasonally, right? They cap off the final episode in like a almost sort of like rounded off way to you know, it's sort of like insurance. It's sort of like the safe play to end off the final episode of a season that already wraps up that particular arc with a sort of, it's almost like they wrap it up as if they think that we're not going to get a season 2, we're not going to get any future adaptations, so wrap it up here to think that this is now the happily ever after that they're going to have in the anime, and then any further you know, like expositions and setups for future stuff that's going to happen with the cast in the later on adventures, right? In that particular franchise, in that particular series, you guys will just have to use your imaginations, or you guys will just have to go by the manga, as most anime generally these days is aimed towards. Their marketing strategy is aimed towards just to hook you in their world, in just the whole premise of that particular franchise. And then once they hook you in, they'll cut you off, hard cut from the visual medium, the watch medium, and then suddenly it's like you're so desperate and then so addicted at that point. It's like, we got them, boys, we got them. Time to go and milk their bank accounts for all they're worth from light novel sales. That's the only way they're ever going to be able to satiate their endless thirsty cravings to find out what's going to happen next in the series. Because we're not going to make any more anime, alright? Because the anime industry is a full of fucking money-hungry, lecherous cunts with their disgusting marketing strategies. Their marketing directions when it comes to adapting anime these days. There's very few shows that are so dedicated. Very few IPs these days that are so dedicated to just keep pumping out season after season. Alright, chapter after chapter, arc after arc of the source material until the entire story has been completed in anime form. How many shows these days? How do you know of modern day ones in this current day and age of seasonal anime? Do you ever see these days running to completion rather than just a 1 or 2 season at most cash grab for light novel advertisement and sales? So the way that they ended this one, all right, with just the two of them condoling one another, all right, just finding comfort in one another, okay, solace in one another. That's the word I was looking for. And you know, just the amount of sunshine ray beams on both of their faces, and the happy moments and the Sakuga shots, like fucking Emilia's. Just you thought Rem and her. Hey, actually, you can put those two side to side now. Subaru saved Rem in episode 11 at the end of that arc, and now Subaru has saved Emilia now at the end of this arc, and they both finished off in the same manner, just staring off at us, a POV. Perspective of Subaru, the waifu there of that particular arc. Subaru has saved her, and they're staring back at us with the fucking sun glistening on her face, and just overwhelming amount of Sakuga, and then they just talk to you in like this very like almost they're about to break, just so fragile and tearing up sort of voice acting. All right, with just that smile that you just need to give your left nut and kidney to protect, and then they're even still tearing up and on the verge of crying. That shot right there was that was the money shot. That was the absolute Oscar nominating Academy Award winning performance right there. And Emilia's final words, all right, before ending off the season. Like, thank you, Subaru. You have saved me. So it's like, mission accomplished. All right, quest complete. Emilia saved. Waifu attained. And then it just fades to white, and it's just rolling the fucking credits. That's how you know it's a fucking good show. Ufotable did it. Studio Wit did it with Attack on Titan. Now, White Fox did it. You end off an amazing season. All right. rolling credits. You don't just play an ED with your normal ED appearing fucking credit roll. You do the traditional movie format, rolling all them credits scrolling up the screen. The only thing that probably would have been an even more icing on the cake was if they had the fucking photo album, PowerPoint presentation, slideshow, trip down memory lane, flicking through different screenshots of all of the moments that have happened throughout this entire season of Subaru and Rem and Emilia and all of that. But just that was a very clean fucking ending right there. The clean credits, just a blank white background with the purple ReZero text. Oh, that was so good. Just everything about the production of this episode was fucking amazing. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna go watch that last 10 minutes again later in the day just to fully soak it in and probably just cry some more off camera. I'm sorry, premium exclusive tears that no one else is gonna see. I'm gonna go watch this intimately by myself in my own free time and just fully immerse myself in those final 10 minutes again and just have a good fucking cry. Subaru and Emilia's relationship in those last 10 minutes was like Disney. It's like Disney Renaissance period levels of like you feel so. Do you guys know the feeling I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about. You know when you like have just this perfect, just one true pair couple, and Subaru did it with Rem as well. Like Subaru's relationship with Rem and Subaru's relationship with Emilia, with these intimate, lovey-dovey romance moments. This show does it spectacularly well. Again, another thing, this show so far, ReZero, is a masterclass in showing how it's done. The interactions between Subaru and Rem, and now Subaru and Emilia in those last 10 minutes of this particular episode, right? The way that the two of them just like, is it flirt? It's not flirt. It's just the way that they're both pouring their emotions out to one another in such a romantically set up looking scene. It makes you feel like when you're watching those Disney princess movies, okay? Watching the girl and the guy finally get together and you feel it's diabetes inducing. Is that the word? It makes you feel it's wholesome. I guess that's the word. Wholesome, diabetes inducing, watching their relationship. It's just so cute. For a 30-year-old boomer like myself, it definitely makes me feel so fucking old, but it makes me feel so... It makes me feel so complete watching these imaginary 2D PNG kids, alright, go through and experience love and get together in such a fucking vanilla, wholesome way, alright? Like, let's get onto that topic before I fucking forget now, alright? Emilia's lack of self-worth. We've been talking a whole lot about lack of self-worth in this show. This has been a real recurring theme, don't you think? So far in ReZero, we talked about Rem's lack of self-worth when Subaru was saving Rem in that arc. Talk about Subaru's lack of self-worth in like episode 18 when he finally broke down in front of Rem. And now we talk about Emilia's lack of self-worth. Alright, because Emilia, like I said previously, she probably may have already known that Subaru likes her, but she just brushed it off because she feels like she doesn't deserve it. I mean, even in those final moments, right, talking to Subaru, it's like, for a girl like me, is it really okay for a girl like me to deserve happiness and feeling so joyful right now in what you're trying to give me, Subaru? I don't think I'm allowed to have such things. Alright, because she thinks that she's a spitting image. Hey, she ends up, getting coaxed into believing the delusions of what everyone else around her has been criticizing her for, shunning her for. Okay, the fact that she's a spitting image of the Witch of Envy, Satala, and that nobody should like her. And that, her very existence is a fucking sin, right? That's what other people, force upon her. She doesn't have to fucking believe it herself. But in the end, she fucking finally, gives into that, all of that peer pressure, all of that public surrounding environmental scrutiny, all right? And eventually ends up believing herself that maybe her, she's not that great. She's worth nothing. Okay, her existence is not that valuable after all. And she ends up start thinking that because she really is like a spitting image of the witch, that she doesn't amount to anything. She is of no value to anyone. She only brings about misfortune and suffering and complications to anybody that ends up being involved or associated with her. So yeah, Emilia also has this flawed character trait which again makes her very relatable. Like most of the characters in ReZero, very, very relatable because of just these very, very, flawed, right? These setbacks to their characters. They're not just all perfectly pristine cut Mary Sue's, and it's these like I wouldn't say they're bad traits. It's these perks, okay? These characteristics of all of these characters that is what makes them very grounded and real, and that's why I like them so much. Okay, that's why all of the characters in this show have heavily carried this show. Okay, as if everything else in the show wasn't already good enough to carry it. The characters on for ReZero have been probably the highlight of my experience so far watching this past season. Okay, so Subaru there, you know, just comforting Emilia and telling her that she is actually of some worth to somebody, aka himself. Don't care about what other people tell you. Don't care about what other people say to you or whatever. Just care about what your husbando thinks of you. And Subaru will simp over Emilia until the world ends. Oh, so they're such a cute couple, man. I can't choose between Rem or Emilia. I don't know how people have been fighting. Apparently, people have been waging war. The Emilia versus Rem wars, the waifu wars between the two of them. I can't choose between them. All right, there's no way. No way you can choose between them. The two of them, they're like, I wish Subaru would just enter in a polygamous relationship and just have both of them and just start his own little mini harem. Okay, the two of them are just too good. I mean, you know, I think Rem's character has been a little bit more flushed out than Emilia's in this season, but still, I still love Emilia. All right, just like what Subaru says. I love Emilia. I love Emilia. Emilia's fucking adorable. All right, Emilia's like S tier waifu. And how could you hate her? How could you not like her from that last 5 minutes of Sakuga of her and Subaru just sitting there on that hill? Oh, she's just so fucking cute. I don't want to lewd Emilia and Rem either. I don't want to lewd either one of them. It's like Saber, right? OG Saber, Artoria. I don't lewd Artoria either. There are particular waifus where you look at them and it's like, oh, you know, you just want to smash that. You just want to fucking plow that ass. All right, that's not love. That's lust. One of the 7 deadly sins. Get that shit out of here. Just that meme. I don't want to be horny. I just want to be happy. All right. These are the waifus that are a spitting image. They're the epitome of I don't want to be horny. I just want to be happy. Rem, Emilia, Artoria, all right, OG Saber. These waifus you don't lewd. All right. You just stare at them and appreciate them because they just fill you with so much wholesomeness and diabetes. That's what love is. Oh, Betelgeuse is dead. Oh, that's a shame. I guess we're not gonna see any more of Kirito-kun now for this show. But damn, was he a villain? He spanned an entire 9-10 episodes of this season, taking up like a third of this season all by himself. What an arch villain he was, huh? In the end, he got NTR'd, he got rejected, he got dumped by the very witch that he's been sought after this entire time. He's been searching for Satala, for that witch's love all of this time, just to be loved by the very VTuber that he's been simping over this whole time. And in the end, he got cut at the hands of a shut-in degenerate neat weeb Kazuma. I meant Subaru. That must suck for him. All right, and also he's like, everything that you've done for me, Satala. It's like we never got to get any expansion on that. Well, what did Satala do for you? Or are we just supposed to use our imagination and just think, oh, you're a, you know, well off the deep end, okay, too deep in the rabbit hole, religious zealot fanatic of the witch's cult, and you've just been, you know, just worshipping Satala all of this time, and everything that, every bit of fortune and luck that has come along your way in your worships, okay, towards Satala has been interpreted as Satala blessing you. So that's what Betelgeuse was referring to as all of the times Satala has, you know, helped Betelgeuse out, and all of the good stuff that Satala has done for Betelgeuse, and that's why Betelgeuse wants to go and thank and love Satala. I don't know. I'm literally just pulling shit out of my ass at this point. All right. So yeah, sucks to be him. The girl that you've been loving all of this time doesn't want anything to do with you. She's too busy wanting to suck Subaru's cock instead. And as we heard from that one brief moment there when he did commune with Satala after Subaru tricked him with the return by death thing when Petal Geese invaded and possessed his body, right? It sounded exactly like fucking Emilia. Alright, and as Petal Geese also said that we need to use her body as the vessel to go and reborn, have the witch's spirit come back from the afterlife and take over that body, alright, and then she'll be reborn. It's kind of like a fucking demon prince from the warp in Warhammer 40k, possessing some, highly prized, corruptible, seething with chaotic energy host in the real physical plane, and that will allow the demons of the warp in the otherworldly plane to breach and cross over to the physical plane. And that's how demonic possession works in Warhammer 40k in a nutshell. And that's what gives rise to demon princes and the greater demons of the dark gods to pop out from absolutely nowhere. They just appear because of worship, power of imagination. All right. I guess that's what Petal Geese was denoting somewhere along the lines, huh? To go use Emilia's body as the perfect gateway vessel to allow Angry Manju, Angra Mayu, the devil, to cross over from his otherworldly demonic plane over into the physical world, the physical realm, and once again wreak havoc on humanity, huh? So yeah, I'd say that we haven't learned everything about Emilia just yet. I honestly think that there is still some skeletons in the closet about Emilia and the witch that we're gonna need to get onto exploring. Hopefully, we'll get to learn a bit about that in season 2. Hopefully, okay. I don't know what Subaru's gonna be doing now. I mean, he saved Emilia. All right, that witch's cult has been defeated. Rem's alive, everybody's alive. So to be honest, if there was no season 2, to be honest, if we wanted a sudden, abrupt, hasty ending to the show, to be honest, even though Emilia's character has had almost no real exploration and development into her relationships with, the previous 7 deadly sins and Satala and whatnot, you could just end the franchise right there. That would have been a perfect ending. This season, to be honest, is a pretty damn well self-contained, wrapped up story. All right, if you want to just think about anything else that's going to happen past this episode, as use your own imagination to expand upon their world. If you want to continue making more stuff, more content to fuel your unsatiated cravings of ReZero. But other than that, you could have ended the fucking show right there. Subaru and Emilia lived happily ever after. And then roll those beautiful purple and lilac tainted credits over that pristine white background. Wow. Alright, guys. This video... this video is going to be over an hour long. I've been rambling for too long. Alright, so let me, guys, tell you my final thoughts about ReZero. Alright, ReZero, in a nutshell, is an absolute 10 out of 10 experience. It's up there with Attack on Titan. Alright, like people previously have told me, to the disdain and disgust of some other people that do not believe in such a hot, controversial take to their beloved one true king franchise, Attack on Titan, to have something else sit alongside it in the rankings. ReZero definitely is up there, in my opinion, with Attack on Titan in terms of its writing and character development mainly. The character development in this show is up there. It's definitely some of the best I've seen. All right, in character, flushed out exploration of characters, right, making every character seem so relatable and comprehensive. And then you have the insane OST and the opening and endings to go alongside it, like episode 15's credit roll with the bloody stained credits, right? That was amazing. That was like one of the best I've ever seen in anime, period. All right. So yeah, it's definitely been a masterpiece, biblical history in the making experience, and people have told me, it's like, oh, you thought season 1 was good? Wait till you get onto season 2. The last time I was told that was when I gave season 1 of Attack on Titan a 10 out of 10, and people told me that this was the slowest, lowest rated season of all of the seasons and episodes of Attack on Titan. And then wait till you get onto season 2 and 3 and whatever, you have your mind blown even more. So if it's gonna be a second coming of Jesus, a second coming of Attack on Titan, believe you me, I'm gonna love every last moment of it, and most likely I'm gonna be absolutely PTSD traumatized by the end of this experience, as if I haven't already been PTSD traumatized as it is from just this season. This season alone now is literally making me cry on command anytime I fucking see any like intimate sappy moment. All right, whether it's happy or sad or depressing or whatever, any like deep heavy moment in fucking ReZero now is like an instant cry on command. It's giving me the Fate Zero treatment levels of PTSD. Thank you so much, ReZero. I very much appreciate that, and I'm sure all of you guys out there appreciated drinking up all of my fucking tears for the last 25 episodes. All right, so yeah, TLDR 10 out of 10. All right, the visuals are great. The OST is like a 10 out of 10. It's like opening song, ED songs, insert songs, every single bit of music in this show is just so damn good. I don't know if many people talk about the music from ReZero, but I'm definitely talking about it. All right, I don't know whether it's an underrated, not talked enough about topic about ReZero and what makes it so great. The music, like, it's up there with fucking, you know, well, it's not, you know, it's not exactly Sawano level, but it's damn high. It's very, very damn high. It's like top 5, top 3, notable. All right, very, very notable, award winning. Animation, you know, generally it's good. All right, it's not the best thing I've ever seen. But the story and the characters is an absolute 1100 out of 10. All right, that was what mainly sold it for me for this show so far. Ever since episode 1, the storytelling and the characters in this show and the general pacing of this entire season has been an absolute masterclass in how to do it right. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's all I want to talk about for the final episode of season 1 of ReZero. A fucking 1 hour long video. Great! That's fucking great. Oh man, I wonder if anybody's still sticking around at this point in the video to just hear me ramble and wrapping things up. Alright, so yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the ReZero reaction series so far with your boy Too Lazy for Life. Alright, we'll be jumping straight on to the movies next, and then season 2. There's no breaks on the ReZero train for now. Alright, I'll still be continuing this on into the next cycle. Alright, there's no way I'm stopping this fucking show. This show is literally the second coming of Jesus of AOT for me once again. Blessed once again with another masterpiece in the making. Alright, so all of you guys still watching right now that haven't done so already, if you liked what you've seen and you haven't done so, please like the video. Leave me all of your comments about this entire season up until this point of your ReZero experience when you watched it for the first time. How did you think? What did you think about it? How much did you love it? Comment on anything that I may have missed out that you want me to talk about and be known about. All right, and we'll have a discussion about that once I get back to you on those comments, on those replies. Most importantly, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. All right, it's free. Helped me rack up my support numbers, alright? And also consider joining the Discord and the Patreon. All of the social media links you need are given in the video description down below if you're watching on YouTube. So please spend a couple minutes of your time helping your boy out. Show your support if you are part of this community. If you're serious about being part of this community, click on all of the social media links and help me expand my ever-branching, ever-expanding, growing reaches, the depths of my Too Lazy for Life network infrastructure across the wide web. Alright, big massive shout out to all of my existing patrons right now supporting me on Patreon. And last but not least, once again, big massive shout outs to the Sloth Troopers, Eden's... I was about to say Eden's Tomato and Musketeer. Eden's Tomato and Musketeer. I meant Eden's Musketeer and Tomato. Thank you two so much. And also to the Supreme Top Dog supporter. Even up until the point of recording the end of ReZero, he's still going. Alright, no breaks on this guy. Zozo. Thank you so much, Zozo. Okay, again, you're still the Top Dog Supreme Tier Sloth supporter. I don't know how you're doing it, but Absolute freaking Giga Chad right here. 2 more spots for 2 more Giga Chads with $100 to spare. Alright, that want to sign up and be a supreme sloth. Alright, top dog compared to everyone else in the community. Broke-ass motherfuckers. Alright, if you want to go sign up, you know where to go. Alright, all the links you need are already provided for you. So thank you all so much, alright, for sticking with me up until this point, okay, of my ReZero journey, of the ReZero adventures, of my reaction series, whether you're on Patreon or on YouTube. I hope you guys have enjoyed all of the videos that I've been pumping out for you guys so far for ReZero. And we'll be continuing with this next week, alright, we'll continue on next week with the 2 movies. Alright, I've been told to check them out before moving on to Season 2, and then we'll move on to Season 2. Alright guys, so that is it from me for this video for now. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys all next week for the continuation on of ReZero. Alright, but until then, that is it from your boy Too Lazy for Life. Bye for now!